Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, and I hope you guys are looking forward to some amazing things happening. I know that I am. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up today. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today in an Entertainment Spotlight, you're being part of my conversation with actor and producer Han Soto. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In Mississippi news, the Mississippi State Department of Health has reported 1,606 new COVID-19 cases and 40 additional deaths on Sunday. There have now been in Mississippi 252,475 COVID-19 cases and 5,521 coronavirus-related deaths in the state since March. The governor's office confirmed that new appointments to receive COVID-19 vaccine will be available earlier than reported. The Mississippi State Department of Health had earlier said that the state cannot take any more appointments for COVID-19 vaccines because of a surge in demand. New supplies were expected to arrive in mid-February. A spokesperson for Governor Tate Reeves said on Friday that new appointments would be available starting the week of January 25th. In national news, small numbers of protesters gather at fortified U.S. capitals. Small groups of right-wing protesters, some of them carrying rifles, gathered outside heavily fortified state houses around the United States over the weekend, as National Guard troops and police kept watch to prevent a repeat of the violence that erupted at the U.S. Capitol earlier this month. There were no immediate reports of any clashes. Security was stepped up in recent days after the FBI warned of the potential for armed protests in Washington and at all 50 state capitol buildings ahead of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration on this Wednesday. A few people demonstrated in some capital cities with crowds of only a dozen or two, while streets in many other places remained empty. Some protesters said they supported President Donald Trump, but others said they weren't backing Trump and had instead come to voice their support for gun rights or oppose government overreach. Some state houses were surrounded by new protective fences, had boarded up windows, and were patrolled by extra police. Legislatures generally were not in session over the weekend. The security measures were intended to safeguard seats of government from the type of violence that broke out at the U.S. Capitol on January the 6th, when far-right Trump supporters, galvanized by his false claims that the election had been stolen from him, stormed the building while Congress was certifying the Electoral College vote. The attack left a Capitol police officer and 4 others dead. More than 125 people have been arrested on charges related to the insurrection. In more national news, Democrats build impeachment case alleging dangerous crime. The lead prosecutor for President Donald Trump's historic second impeachment began building his case for conviction at a trial, asserting on Sunday that Trump's incitement of the mob that stormed the U.S. Capitol was the most dangerous crime ever committed by a president against the United States. A Senate trial could begin as soon as this week, just as Democrat Joe Biden is sworn in as the 46th president. The House voted to impeach Trump last Wednesday, 1 week after the violent insurrection that interrupted the official count of electoral votes ransacked the Capitol and left Congress deeply shaken. Before the mob overpowered police and entered the building, Trump told them to fight against the certification of Biden's electoral win. Democrats in the incoming administration are facing the challenge of reckoning with the Capitol attack at the same time that Biden takes office and tries to move the country forward. They say the Congress can do both, balancing a trial with confirmations of the new president's cabinet in consideration of his legislative priorities. In more national news, Vice President-elect Harris to resign her Senate seat today. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will resign her Senate seat on today, 2 days before she and President-elect Joe Biden are inaugurated. Aides to the California Democrat confirmed the timing and said Governor Gavin Newsom was aware of her decision, clearing the way for him to appoint fellow Democrat Alex Padilla, now California Secretary of State, to serve the final 2 years of Harris' term. Padilla will be the first Latino senator from California, where about 40% of residents are Hispanic. Newsom announced his choice in December following intense lobbying for the rare Senate vacancy from the nation's most populous state. In more national news, Trump to leave Washington on morning of Biden's inauguration. President Donald Trump will leave Washington on Wednesday morning, just before President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration to begin his post-presidential life in Florida. Refusing to abide by tradition and participate in the ceremonial transfer of power, Trump will instead hold his own departure ceremony at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland before his final flight aboard Air Force One. And finally, in entertainment news, Dr. Dre back home after reported brain aneurysm treatment. Dr. Dre made it back home on Saturday after being treated at a Los Angeles hospital for a reported brain aneurysm. An attorney for the music mogul said Dre was home, but offered no other details in an email exchange on Saturday. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, it's all yours.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Heal with harmony. When you feel uneasy about family disturbances or societal misperceptions, you feel powerless to do anything about them. Want to release these troublesome situations. Focus and infuse them with love. This will aid in the healing of any situation you might see. Your calm and loving attitude will begin to attract more harmonious energy. This soothes your frustration, leaving a healing calmness within you. Focus on love and harmony in any relationship or problem. It is easy to forget how powerful our thoughts are in resolving any type of misperception. Lift your thoughts above the turmoil. Stay focused firmly on love and harmony. Initiate a powerful process of healing, not only for yourself, your family, and your friends, but also for our society and our world. Today, allow the flow of harmonious and loving energy into your thoughts. And remember, enjoy your day.
As I mentioned, Han Soto is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Actor and producer Han Soto told me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, it's been great to be able to reflect on his success and all the great things he's been able to do. Here's a bit of our conversation.
I want to talk about this journey for you. And I noticed when I was prepping for this segment, you've been a part of some really, really great projects over the years. What has it been like for you, Han, to kind of look at your career and all that you've been able to do so far?
Man, I've been so blessed. I think the universe has very much shielded me from a lot of bad mistakes, because we have this thing in our head that in order to make it in the industry, you have to be out in LA or be up in New York, or as you know, in the Southeast, like the industry pretty much came to us back in 2009, 10. Literally, like I was in my car headed to LA when I got called about some movies that I auditioned for, and I booked three movies on that phone call, and I exited right after the Atchafalaya Basin. We're near Lafayette, and turned around and never looked back.
It is an amazing thing. Han, I'm glad you brought that up, because I have told people as we're going to celebrate year 18 here on the program, of course we're heard on other affiliates, but my home state is Mississippi, and it's not really the place you think about when it comes to to radio and broadcasting, right? But I totally love that point you're making. Has that been part of the joy for you too, Han, to show other people that you can really be able to find your place no matter where you are?
Yeah, I think the gift is just letting people know that dreams do come true, and things are possible. And I'm only one story. Like, I have a ton of friends who you see them, and I got a buddy of mine who's a regular on SEAL in CBS, and another buddy of mine who's just all over Netflix, and we're from New Orleans.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.